This is the intro. Hello everyone, and welcome to this video. I'm Fabian, and today I am Frankensteining 3 computers together, and it's going to be really fun because this one is really super slow. So we're going to make it faster by completely getting rid of all of this. Okay, cool. Thanks. See ya. This middle one's running a Core i7 875K, a first gen. And this thing's still got a Core 2 Duo in there, I think? Yeah. Core 2 Extreme. It used to be pretty good back in its day. I got this one 12 years ago for a graduation present. And this is my dad's old PC, and this has a 6700K. So basically, I'm going to rip the processor out of this one and the memory and put it all on a new motherboard and install it in that one. So rip that motherboard out and stuff. And I'm going to steal this drive out of this one because it's a rare nowadays combo drive, Blu-ray disc, and HD DVD-ROM. So I'm going to replace that old drive in there. So yeah, let's get started. Alright, I just wanted to show you guys the inside of this old thing. You probably already saw the clip of it running poorly. I think the fans are pretty much shot, and I can't get it to post or anything. That doesn't sound good. But I'm not really too concerned about that. Mainly what I'm concerned about is getting this top drive out of there. And it looks like it's going to be complicated. And the CPU's under that bad boy right there. And here's the little GPU that got replaced numerous times. It's, I have no idea what it is, but it's cute. And there's the memory and all that stuff. So let's get to taking that drive out. It's this top drive that I need to get out. Let's try this first. And we'll unplug the power. You probably can't see that from there. So I'll just do this. I think I'm pointing at it. Power and SATA are undone from that top drive. Is that gonna do it? Okay. Best angles ever. Okay, drive successfully extracted. It's a little bit dirty. And I am gonna have to open it up and clean it because, well, okay, on to the Falcon now. Woo, yay. Okay, so here's the Falcon. This is the one with the Core i7. This is a R9280X GPU. And it used to be water cooled, but I slapped this cooler on there. I upgraded the RAM. It's 16 gigs now instead of 8. So yeah, let's start taking this thing apart. I don't know what kind of Frankenstein bullshit I did with drives, but okay. There it is. Whoa, mini display port, HDMI, DVI. Ancient. But it'll do. Okay. And there we have the ancient motherboard. Okay, one more thing I gotta try and get the drive out of here. Hopefully I can figure it out. Probably can. Oh wait, it goes in like this, huh? Okay, I've taken the screws out. So now, let's see if this thing wants to come out of there. Cool. Alright, so now we are going to take this thing off. This huge, but not really that big, Noctua cooler. So I'll start with taking the fan off. This is the first time I've used an overhead cam as well. Oh, it's stuck. Oh, it's stuck. Okay. So there's the fan. It's off. Now, we could use... it's really tight. It's a good place for your tools to be on the ground. So now let's get this loosened up here. Let's use the big boy. No! I should have done this more evenly. Because I'm going to transplant this cooler to another motherboard. And it's going to be fun! I lost a screw already. Is anyone surprised? Not me. Cooler's off. Got the brackets off, kind of. There you go. There's some thermal paste. No cool. Okay. So yeah, now I will show y'all this closer, hopefully. I have no way to monitor the overhead cam, so. But there you go. You got your ancient i7 875K. And then I upgraded the RAM not too long ago, but it's still too slow. So anyways, get the back plate majiggy off. Get these majiggies off of here. And I don't know what I'm going to do with this now. If I don't find another purpose for it, I'll just hang it on the wall, I guess. But this was the first super fancy PC I ever got. At least a motherboard and the system of it. Okay. Okay, and now we clean the thermal paste off of here. So, here's this cloth that has cleaned mini mucho grande thermal paste. And I got my 99 isopropyl here. Pay no mind to the thing that's stuck in there. It's fine. It was a couple of Q-tips and VCR head cleaner that I dropped in there, and it's still in there. Okay, I got a little bit on there. Huh? Scrub, scrub, scrub. Brush, brush, brush. And now we'll get a cleaner cloth. And then it'll be great. Beautiful, nice, and shiny. Now for the fun part. We're gonna, wow, I cleaned that so well. We're gonna get the CPU out of here. Okay, so apparently I Frankensteined this little drive in here. Well, ancient 128 gig. So we'll take that out for now. But mainly what I'm trying to extract out of this now is the 6700K and the RAM to put into a new motherboard. Let's start by getting all this horse shit as out of the way as I can. We might need this SATA cable. I got thermal paste on it. We're good. Okay. I am not sure if I can even extract the CPU out of here. But let's do our goodest, bestest. So here's the shitty little cooler that we have. So we'll take that off. Okay. I think the cooler should just come off now. Let's find out. Well, it's also plugged in over here. That looks like a poor thermal paste application, but whatever. This is what we are after, is this CPU. And it does look like I can't get it out. I should be able to push this down, and then out, and then up, and that will release this CPU. Actually, don't worry, it's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. Okay. Before anything, I am going to wipe the thermal paste from the CPU. So we can indeed confirm that it is a Core i7 6700, and it sure is. I will make sure it's completely clean before I, socket it into the brand new motherboard that I got, pretty much. Okay, so here's the scary part that it's not really that scary. Here the cute little thing is. We're going from a 4-core to a way better 4-core. A 45 nanometer 4-core to a 14 nanometer 4-core. Quad core, quad core, quad core, quad core. Okay, I have safely placed the CPU where I'm not going to fuck it up, I hope. And now we will extract the RAM because we're going to need this as well. So, is it? Okay. So here's all your tabs. Okay. And then now we should just be able to lift. I'll try and do this so you guys can kind of see and hopefully not break everything. Are these a dual tab one? Oh, they are. Okay. Okay. So there's one. What do we got? 8 gig. 32 gigs of RAM, huh? God damn. There you go. You want to see some RAM? Some little cheapo sticks here, but they'll do the trick. Okay, so let's get all of these out of here. Not drop them and break them. Okay, and that is all I'm going to harvest from this thing for now. I might come back and take the hard drive, but that's it. So now we'll put everything in the new motherboard. It's a nice looking motherboard. Oh, let's do the peel. You ready? Oh, there's more stuff to peel. What kind of audio do we got? Oh, it's terrible. There's the Ultra M2. There's the M2 Wi-Fi. But first, we are going to socket the CPU. So let me go grab that bad boy over here. I don't know if I showed you guys the back of these, but there you go. Pretty cool. So the pins for this are actually in the socket here, unlike AMD where the pins are on sticking out of the CPU. So anyways, let's boop-a-doop boop. Okay, so we're going to have a little arrow up there, and we will line that up with the little arrow over here. You can see it in the bottom left, so we'll line the arrow up with the one in the bottom left down there. Arrow to arrow, and we're good. So now we can pop this down. Wait, this is a weird one. Okay, here we go. There we go. And we have a socketed Intel Core i7 6700. It's not a K CPU though, so I can't overclock it. But that's fine, because that old 875K, this guy right here, that still has the thermal paste on it, ran at an overclocked 3.2 gigahertz back in 2010. So this one's going to be a lot more efficient. So now we'll put the RAM in. And there's a key here. You can kind of see it if it focuses. Right there in the middle, below my hat thing. So it's really hard to put these in the wrong place. You know, you would think. But let's prep the motherboard, get all these tabs down. And it looks like with this motherboard, we're going to put it in like this and then rock it down. Yep, okay. Always good to be sure. So we will just push evenly down across the whole stick. Don't try and do this. I've seen horrifying videos of that. And you heard the click, click. This part actually clicked first, but should be okay. And we'll just go on down the line like that. There we go. Click, click. Okay. And the last one here. Click, click. There we go. So, we are almost completely prepped, but I did buy an NVMe drive for this thing. 500 gigabytes. 500 gigabytes. Give me the drive. Okay, so we will put this in the Ultra M2 slot right there. So, there should be some screws here. Look at this little guy. What a cutie. This should be the one that we're doing the thing with. And then we will grab our drive, which I definitely know exactly where I put that. It's on the motherboard. Okay, so you can see here, this one is also keyed. Focus. Yep, there you go. My right eye. My left eye. This one. That's where the key is. And you can see there's a little notch right here. So we'll line up the notch gently. Okay, we got it. And then we'll just... Okay. There you go. We're good. And then we will magnetize the screw. And then I always screw to the left. I don't know if you can see it until you hear that click. That way you know it's seated. Not the biggest deal with like stuff like this, but when you're screwing anything plastic. So there we go. Now the motherboard is basically prepped. I got our drive in here, our memory, the CPU. So now we will hopefully see if this cooler fits as is with the backplate and all that stuff. Okay, we got our backplate, and that goes on the back. So let's see if it fits. Diddly doodly. 1150X. There we go. I was looking at that while I did it to make sure I didn't fuck it up. But backplate fits just fine. There we go. So we will put our little rubber majiggy standoff thingy bobber. I don't know what they're called. So we'll put those on there. Boop, 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 like that. Alrighty then. And then we'll just slap it on there. Not really. I have to go get my thermal paste. I got it. So we're going to put some good shit on here. Some Thermo Grizzly Cryo Knot. Here we have our little applicator. So I just put some isopropyl on here, on this cleaner microfiber cloth. And we will make sure we're all good. That looks pretty good to me. Make sure to hold the back plate on when you're doing stupid shit like that. Okay. So let me go find that. Found it. Okay. There we go. So now we will apply the thermal paste. So that's all good and clean. The IHS is all good and clean. So we will put a little pea drop on here. Right in the middle. Beautiful. Wow, what an application. And then now, we won't fuck this up at all. Ha 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 ha. Okay, it's on there. So we'll put these little thumb screws on there. I know you guys probably can't see too well exactly what is going on, but hey, that's okay. Okay, we have them all threaded. So now I'll get my big old screwdriver, and we will do a little bit on the top right from my perspective, and then We'll go opposite over here. And then we'll go up here and do this a little bit. And then we'll do this. Till I feel about an even amount of tension on all of these. But just making sure everything's all good. Because you can fuck up the socket by putting uneven pressure on there. Okay, we're good. Beautiful, huh? Okay. Fan is nice and tight on there. We'll plug the fan in. And it doesn't have to be pretty because it's going in a completely enclosed case with no window. But there we go. Motherboard is completely prepped. We socketed the CPU, put the CPU cooler on it. There's some thermal paste in between. And we got the M2 drive and our memory. So it's all ready to rock. Just got to put it in the PC and seat the graphics card. And there we go. And now to clean and just make sure, you know, it's all lubed up and stuff. This drive that I pulled out of the PC earlier, it's really dirty and gross. So, as you saw earlier, there were some undesirable things in here. There might even be a spider living in here. I don't know. But let's drop our screwdriver. Okay. So, I need to sound treat this room. Alright, so every drive's a little bit different. But apparently this one just comes out from the bottom. Some little thermal pads right there. Beautiful. Wow. Okay. I was reviewing some of the footage earlier, and man, does my big dumb head get in the way, but there you go. Ew. That's definitely a dead spider in there. They were creeping around in here a lot. I want to get the tray open, though. Yep, there's another spider right there. Let's just put him up there. Get off the thing! Ah! Okay, sorry. I really don't like spiders. Let's try and get all of this gross stuff out of here. So it looks like we got the spiders out of there. Kind of. A little bit. So I think I figured it out. Yep, okay. Here we go. So, we have it open. And the main thing that I wanted to do, because we all saw it earlier, was get this cleaned off. Because that's where the spiders were living. And spiders are scary. Okay, not really. Okay, kind of. I think they're mildly terrifying. So I think we got it. Just have to push harder than I had expected. Okay. Okay, so now hopefully, yes, I can get this whole assembly out of here. Cool. I don't know how that looked on camera, because I want to like actually see what I'm doing here. That's how it's a dual drive. That's cool. It's got two lasers. Okay. That's really cool. You can see the two lasers there. So, how I'm going to clean those is with a Q-tip. So, I will dump it in the isopropyl and definitely not drop it. Okay, I don't know how well we're going to be able to see this. You guys anyways. But I'm just going to lightly roll it over the lasers. And then lightly do the same thing, but with the dry side. And then we should be good. Now we will reassemble this thing. And get it put back in there like that. Okay, beautiful. And then we'll slam this thing back in there. Okay. Okay, we're gonna have to take the board out to get that one up. Okay, seat the board back. Getting there, it's fine. Probably didn't scratch a trace off. Everything's fine. I'm gonna call that good. What a horrifying ordeal. So, these are all seated. Beautiful. Okay. Cool. Drive all cleaned and ready. Let's do it. Now we have the chassis back up here. I did put the drive in and this back cover on. I did that off camera. And man, there are a mess of wires up here. Huh? Yep. We need to put the I/O shield on there, wherever I put that. Pretty cheap looking, actually. Compared to like how the board looks anyways, but whatever. Let's pop this in and not cut our fingers off. So we can see we have the beveled edge pop in this way. So we're gonna put it this way. Because on the motherboard, that's how the I/O is laid out. So this will just go just fine and easy. If you're wondering, yes, those sounds are completely necessary. And we have it in there. Okay. So, usually pretty safe to grab it from the cooler. So we'll try and get it past all of these fucking cords in here. CPU power up and over. And then we will seat it into the I/O shield. Make sure it's good on the other side. It is, I promise. We're good. Now I will put the screws in and get it all fully seated in there. And then we'll start plugging all this shit into it. I'm not afraid of that going anywhere. So now we can start plugging in all the shit. So we'll start with the CPU power. Okay, it clicked. It looks seated. 24 pin, the big boy. That's easy. The two easy ones are out of the way. Now, I wish these SATA powers weren't so long sometimes. Okay, now the drive has power. Beautiful. Got it! Oh my god! Okay. That's ugly as all hell. Let's make it less ugly. Oh wow, beautiful. Okay, so before we get the graphics card in there, let's try and figure out how this is gonna go. Because these are wired very specifically for that other motherboard. Oh my god! These power switches are gonna be fucking terrible. I'm not excited for this at all. Okay, so, as far as I know, I did it. Okay, so, I'm pretty sure that that's everything that we really need to do. All the hard stuff anyways. So, we got the Blu-ray drive plugged in the SATA. So now, for what's usually the bestest part, the graphics card. Even though this thing is ancient, it'll still get the job done for what I want to do. The main reason I am building this PC is so I can actually stream in this little teeny workshop, because I definitely wouldn't be able to do it with that old first gen i7. So I'll be able to stream working on a whole bunch of other stuff and have two cameras for it too. And it'll be really cool. But let's get this bad boy seated in here. So we will put him in the first one. That is a weird locking mechanism. I've never seen that kind. It's usually a tab. But I think we'll leave it open there. And then we will make sure it's just like seating anything else. Just don't fuck up. Just don't fuck up. Okay. We have found the slot. Okay. It clicked in. My head was probably in the way, but whatever. Now we'll plug the power in. So we have an 8-pin and a 6-pin PCIe power. It's already been routed because I'm reusing a lot of stuff from this system, except, you know, the heart and the memory and, you know, but we're reusing the power supply and the GPU using a drive from an ancient computer. And yeah, it's all good. So, plug this in. Then we'll plug the 6er in. The 6er? Okay, cool. Now, if I remember where those screws are, we'll get this thing all nice and seated in here. And we'll see if it posts. And I don't know if you can notice from where the camera angle is, but you can see the sag that this card has had from years and years and years of sitting and being heavy in a PCIe slot. That's all. Okay. Now let's get it all plugged in and fired up and see what happens. Okay, moment of truth. There will probably be flickering with this monitor because I have this all set up weird. So anyways, gonna hit the power button. That's a good sign so far. I don't have the USB drive to install Windows, but I just want to make sure that it posts. Not a good sign. Does this thing have LEDs to tell me what's wrong with it? Because I did buy this motherboard off of eBay. Not a good sign. Oh. We have signal on the CRT. Okay. Let's see if the reset button works. It does. Okay. I'm just gonna spam the get into BIOS key. And there we go. Okay, it's not flickering as bad now. Cameras don't like CRTs, and excuse the moire effect. It's a focus thing. Oh, hey, look, our mouse works too. So the fans are working. Is that even the right date? No, it's close though. But there's our CPU, Core i7. 3400 megahertz, 32 gigs of RAM. Everything seems to work. We got the drive recognized and the Kingston in the M2. This is good. This is very good. Okay, let's see. How does this even work? So boot priority. CPU temperature is 16C. Really? Okay, let's go into advanced mode. Oh, here we go. Overclock tweaker. What? Max non-turbo. Turbo performance. Give me that. Oh, this is so cool. NVMe config. Hell yeah. Oh. Tool. Oh boy. Yeah, look at that CPU. That's ridiculously cold. Even just like idling. That's cool. All right, cool beans. I'm gonna get that good old USB thrown in there, and then we'll see how Windows works. Got the Windows install flash drive plugged in. So hopefully this just goes right into Windows setup. And if it does, I will update you later. But so far, this has gone quite well. So I'm excited about that. Look at my hand. Ha ha ha. Oh, look. It is. It's doing it. Sorry about the CRT flicker. But it's doing the thing. Boom. Nice. All right. Well, see ya. All right. Windows is installed. Everything's working. Even the Blu-ray drive and my little label printer, it's all working. So soon, I will be streaming some cool projects and stuff. So yeah, anyways, I'm going to get quieter here, but Thanks for watching, everyone, and I will see you guys on the next one. Need some RAM, baby?